he said the thing is, because they made it clear, well, Fort Wayne has too. Fort Wayne's got how many hundreds of thousands of people? What's their payroll? And he said, but they're paying for all of it. I said, I understand that. And I said, but what, and don't get me wrong, with the stuff that they're doing,
Sure.
yeah, it benefits the town. But how is it benefiting the town?
Do we need to wait for Wolverine? Do we need to wait for Wolverine? Didn't you say they were coming?
There's a delay too. Is the FSG guy coming or not? The original contract, we really don't need to worry about.
Start the meeting, Bill?
Okay. 6 o'clock, I'll call the meeting to order.
Is it all right if Phil calls in? And can he vote?
He cannot vote if he calls in because we don't have the procedures in place.
Okay.
And, yeah, without procedures in place, I don't think he can vote. And voting via electronic is very cumbersome. I'm not sure I know the procedures because it's never come up.
Okay.
That's fair.
But,
That's fine.
That's all right.
Hello,
so,
Phil, we can have you call in, but you can't vote because we don't have the procedures in place to do so. Okay?
there were special
Like I did
exceptions during COVID.
Yeah, special exceptions.
Yeah,
right?
there were special exceptions for COVID, is what Bob said.
No, I had a knee replacement and I couldn't come in after a week and I did it on the phone and I was able to go through everything. We did it in a live meeting, legit meeting. Now, it is what it is. I mean, if I can, but we've done it before, so it's a little bit odd, but okay.
Okay, but I'll let you be in on the meeting, at least to hear what's going on, if that's okay. Is that
Well,
okay?
I could sure try, yeah, I mean, I could try. You can just text me and if I'm available,
You
I
can just
will.
put the phone up on the table.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having the meeting right now, so.
Well, you can try. I'll stay here as much as I can until I get out of traffic, but yeah.
Okay. Did you wanna have the pledge or anything, or
Can?
Can.
somebody should call the meeting to order?
He did.
I did, already slapped the gal.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So who's leading?
One of you guys, I guess.
Well, all right, well, we're here to discuss the contract or the addendum to original contract for Wolverine with a rate increase with the prices. That being said, it's an amendment. So really, there's not a whole lot into it. As we talked in the past, it's going to be over the next, what is it, 5 years? 5 years, a gradual increase. And then our contract went with Wolverine at a set price locked in through 2030. With not knowing at this point what the amount was going to be or was going to go up to. Some calculations that Wolverine has given us with that we have an attached schedule here. We were looking at, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it like a 10% increase? Per 10% increase per year through 2030. And then at that point, we hoped to have a locked-in price again through 2035. in which we do have that number here in front of us. So just to go through it a little bit, through this year right now, our rate is, what is the megawatts, is that what that, so the megawatts right now, we're paying 3160. With the 10% increase for 2026, it would jump to 3484. In 27, it would jump to 3832. 28, it would jump to 4215. 29, it would jump to 4637. And in 2030, it would jump to $51. As of,
Will that be locked in?
yeah, that's our rate, it's what, with our 10% for each one. And
So
then,
when we sign this 5-year contract, the price you just said for 2030 will be what we will pay every year through 35?
no, that's still our 10%, because our contract goes through 2030. The new contract starts 2031. So 2031, 32, 33, 35, 34, 35 will go from 51 even in 2030 to 56.11 for the next 5 years. So it's gonna jump another $5.11, but then that will be locked through 2035.
So in 2031, it's gonna go up to 56, is that what you said?
Yes, $56.11 per megawatt. And it was,
And then that stays for 31, 32, 33, 34, 35?
correct.
Wolverine saying for sure right there to you, Bill?
Well, that's the numbers that we have, and this
They're
is,
not here.
yeah, they're not here.
Oh, they're not here?
No,
Nope, they didn't show up.
but this is,
Son of a gun.
but this is the paperwork that is, this came from them. So, but this is their paperwork that came from them with the breakdown of everything on it.
And then
Well,
Bob,
that went up higher than they said it was going to.
Yes, it did.
2031.
Yes, it did go up a little bit.
Daggone it.
But Bob has looked over it, everything too.
Yeah, I reviewed the contract, the addendum. I don't see anything that really changes other than the fact that you are locking in the new rate and following an escalator to get there.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that, but they still didn't meet the price they told us. But okay, I do understand that, Bob. I do. I just wanted to make sure I understood because
Well-
I'm not there.
Well, and Phil, that was a tenuous price because they had, their board hadn't met yet. And so
Okay.
that's why they told us it was a tenuous price. And then once they met, they were like, wow, this is way worse than we thought.
Okay.
So, but,
So how do you two council members feel then?
I mean,
We have to just move forward, right?
I don't know what else
we
I don't know what else we can do. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
understand.
yeah, we can't argue it with them. I mean, this is
Yeah, I know.
this is what it is, and yeah, like I said, it is a little bit higher than what they previously had given us, and I don't know, I can't find right off the top of my head, or,
it was 50.
Okay.
It was $50 even, wasn't it, for the, is it
I
what-
thought so.
yeah. So
Okay,
instead of
and
50, it's
Bob?
56.
And Bob, you're saying I'm not gonna be able to vote?
I'm not sure we have the right policy in place, but you can indicate provisionally, and then we'll confirm the correct procedure.
Well, that way, that's why I wanted to call in.
Right,
I mean,
right,
I'd rather be there than that's the God's honest truth, but it didn't
Oh,
work out.
understand.
Okay, well, I don't mean to be a rush, guys, but I've only got another minute.
Okay, is there any other discussion?
I'm in a pretty big spot right now.
Okay, well, there's really no other discussion, so it's just we need to, I'll ask for a motion to approve the contract through, contract through 2035.
Well, Adam, or Andy should do that just because.
Oh, that's right, yes, you gotta do it, that's right. Since I'm running the meeting, you have to make the
I
motion.
make a motion that we approve the Wolverine contract from the addendum. Excuse me. I make a motion we approve the addendum from Wolverine for the contract till 2035.
Okay, I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? None, motion passes 3-0.
All right, guys, I apologize to all 4 of you. I believe that's up there. I'm sorry I wasn't there. It just didn't work out, but.
Hey, you're fine, don't worry about it.
All right, I do gotta go, but thanks, man.
All right.
Okay?
Thanks,
All right.
Phil.
Have a
Thanks.
good night.
You too, thanks, Phil.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So it went up, I mean, I know we passed it, but Phil had to go. So it did go up $6 more bucks than what they said.
Yeah, and that's why they said 50 even, because it was just, it was their best guess.
And we couldn't have approved anything that night, right? So it wouldn't have mattered.
Cause they're,
Couldn't lock it.
yeah,
We
they're-
couldn't lock
they're-
in that
yeah,
night
their
anyways.
board hadn't met or anything to even know what the dollar amount was going to be.
And we spoke with FSG today, and they were in agreement that this is not the only thing that we could do. Brian and I were in a team meeting with them today. What else do you do? You know, we talked over, well, what if we try to finance this ourselves, and, you know, it just becomes an accounting nightmare.
I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna put that on you guys either.
No, not at all.
So, and I really don't think we could do any better. Plus, you know, if things really go awry, you know, later on, we're locked in at the 56.
Right.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not great, but, you know, it could get a whole lot worse, and then we're locked in for 5 years at probably a pretty good rate.
So just throwing it out there, cause I didn't see what all they had put on here. So with that being said, we'll just say the 56 is megawatt, so am I using megawatts of power? That's what I thought. So that's the max. Well, I won't say the max, but that's per 1,000 megawatts.
What's the town use, probably
No.
10?
So megawatts, we use 2 a month roughly, but you get filled in
Kilowatts, right. Yeah, it'd been nice to know just maybe what a rough amount would be. I mean, even though we've raised each one of these, but even up to each one, just,
I did a month, I did May of this past year, what we paid this year to what we're gonna pay in 30, with
Okay.
all the increases,
and what it go up.
95%,
By 2030.
2030. And then we're locked in at even, where nothing changes.
So where they told us last July, chances are we're looking at 40, 50, 60% increase. It actually,
that's
it actually in terms of 95% increase.
You come out to like 129. I should have the numbers here. It was 129 for May of this year without PJ&M. And then it was 252 in 30 for the same amount.
And that's for the megawatt, or that's through the
That's
kilowatt?
everything. That is capacity, energy, and the transformer loss. So your 3 items on your bill, because the 4th one's PJ&M.
Mhm.
So I calculate all 3 of them at the new rates, and that's what it come out to be.
I mean, what are we gonna do? There's-
Well, if we didn't do this, it was gonna be a massive increase all at
all at
once,
one shot.
and we wouldn't even know what that increase was gonna
No.
be.
No. And that was sort of discussed today a little bit too. If we didn't lock into this, and we did the 10%
Mhm.
increments, we're not locked into that 56,
Exactly,
11,
right.
and 30 to 35.
So then if we misjudge, we could be underwater come 2031.
could be
We could be,
a big jump, really.
and then everyone's really mad.
And assuming what they said at the previous public meeting where they did it then is correct, and there's a good chance it is, you'll still be below market rates. even
Well, we were
if
already
it's-
below.
Right.
What were we were below, what, 50% or 45%, I thought they
Quite that
said?
much, we're below. And I questioned that today in our meeting, and they actually sent, email to Sam at Wolverine, and we're at 56, and they're looking at 65, the numbers at them.
Really?
So, I mean,
Okay.
yeah. And I went through and calculated, because we were talking 8% before.
Mhm.
If we did the 8%, we'd have been taking a $10 hit.
Per house.
Went from 29 to 30 when the contract kicked in, that last year would have been a $10 hit. Like he's got it all broken down here,
Mhm.
there for the 10%.
Yeah,
Yeah, I went through, and 29, which would have been 29 to 30,
right.
would have been 46.54, and then we would have went to 56.11 for that, so you're looking almost $10. That'd have been a heck of a jump.
Oh,
That'd be a
yeah.
big jump.
Absolutely. Yep.
And IMPA changes, they can change their rates every year.
Mhm. Oh, yeah,
And you're locking in on a 20-year contract with them too.
right.
So you
So-
can't escape. There will be will affect, what they told us on the electric rate increase. So, they were thinking 5%, it's looking more like 8% increase. So,
I mean, like it or not.
10, it was 10.
Yeah, it's 10%.
Oh, it's 10%.
10% is what they, yeah, is what I had written down here.
Yeah, it's
So,
10.
we'll have to change, they said that they wanted to talk to you and contact you on, the rate ordinances, when you put those together to change those numbers.
So we've done
They
this,
being-
FSG.
That's what I thought.
so we've done this part of it here, so we still, if it's the next meeting, if everything's
Adopt it.
We
ready.
have to adopt it.
Right, but, well, don't we have the public hearing and everything, or we've already done that?
You've done that.
Okay.
So at this point, you would be adopting the rate ordinance.
Okay, okay. And then that goes into effect when?
June. It would've been last month. They'll take it back to
So we're going back to the
June, whatever.
June 15th until whatever that it is, okay. So it'll be June, but it'll be payable then on August. Yeah, August. Yeah, 'cause we just got the bills for,
Yeah, those bills.
When I spoke with FSG, they thought it was better to do it in the July meeting than the June meeting, so
yeah,
we'll have our ducks in a row.
right. Yeah, I'd rather have everything ready and it's ready to go instead of.
If we adopted it last month, our numbers may have been off because we didn't have a Wolverine.
Right.
numbers, and then we'd
Yeah.
have to amend.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's what FSG was kind of
wanting to do,
indicating.
yeah. Makes sense, understand, but it is what it
No
is.
public to comment.
Exactly, so
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone abstain?